Welcome back to Happy Mind Thrive, where we explore the hidden psychology behind true intelligence and effective thinking patterns for success. Many people mistakenly believe that being smart is merely about memorizing facts, reading endless books, or having a high academic degree. However, true intelligence is not defined by the volume of information you store, but rather by how you process that data. It is about the ability to navigate complex problems, manage emotions, and adapt your perspective when faced with new, challenging situations. Today, we will uncover 5 simple yet powerful habits that distinguish the truly brilliant minds from the merely average thinkers around us. Let us begin with the first habit, which is stopping the urge to fight just to prove that you are right. Most people engage in conversations as if they are battles to be won, focusing only on defending their own fragile ego. This defensive approach blocks new information from entering your mind, leaving you trapped within the limits of what you already know. Intelligent people realize that winning an argument often means losing an opportunity to learn something valuable from the other person's perspective. Instead of attacking, they ask questions like, "Help me understand why you think that," to uncover the logic behind the opinion. By doing this, you transform a conflict into a collaboration, gaining insights that the other person has spent years acquiring naturally. This shift from judgment to curiosity is the hallmark of a growing mind that values truth over merely looking correct publicly. Moving on to the second habit, intelligent people always strive to see the big picture rather than getting stuck in details. When average people face a failure or setback, they often panic and view it as a permanent disaster or tragedy. However, a smart thinker views these small failures simply as data points, necessary feedback to adjust their strategy for the future. They do not react emotionally to the immediate problem. Instead, they analyze the pattern to understand why the problem occurred originally. This ability to zoom out allows them to remain calm and objective, finding solutions that address the root cause, not symptoms. Think of life as a maze. While others are staring at the walls, the intelligent person imagines the view from above. The third habit is about energy management. Only worry about what you can change and ignore what is out of control. Stoic philosophy teaches us that suffering often comes from trying to control external events like the weather or other people's opinions. Wasting emotional energy on things you cannot influence is the quickest way to drain your mental battery and reduce your intelligence. Smart people focus entirely on their own actions, preparation, and attitude, which are the only things they can truly command. By redirecting that wasted energy into productive action, they solve problems faster and maintain a state of inner peace and clarity. You cannot control the storm, but you can control how you prepare your ship and how you steer through the waves. The fourth habit is using silence as a powerful tool, a skill that is rarely mastered in our noisy modern world. Many people rush to fill every gap in conversation, fearing that silence makes them look awkward, uncertain, or less intelligent. However, pausing for just 3 seconds before responding gives your brain time to formulate a sharper, more meaningful, and impactful answer. This deliberate silence also signals confidence, showing that you are comfortable with yourself and not desperate for the approval of others. It makes your words carry more weight, as people tend to listen more closely to those who speak with purpose and precision. Furthermore, silence allows you to truly hear what is being said, picking up on tone and subtext that others miss. Finally, we arrive at the most critical habit, pausing instead of reacting immediately when things do not go as you planned. Our primitive brain is wired to fight or flee, urging us to lash out instantly when we feel threatened or offended. Reacting on impulse usually leads to regret, damaged relationships, and decisions that are based on temporary emotions rather than logic. Intelligent people master the gap between the stimulus and their response, choosing a reaction that aligns with their long-term goals. By taking a deep breath, you allow the initial wave of anger or frustration to pass, restoring your ability to think. This simple pause can save your career, preserve your marriage, and keep you from making mistakes that are difficult to fix. These 5 habits are not genetic gifts. They are skills that anyone can practice and master with dedication and consistent effort. Intelligence is a lifestyle choice, a commitment to refining how you interact with the world and how you manage yourself. Start small by picking just one of these habits to focus on this week and observe how your life changes. Notice how much energy you save when you stop arguing and how much clarity you gain when you pause before reacting. Your mind is like a garden. If you cultivate these habits, you will harvest wisdom, peace, and genuine success in time. True intelligence is also about leadership. And by modeling these behaviors, you inspire those around you to become better thinkers too. Imagine a world where everyone paused before speaking and sought to understand rather than to win. It starts with you today. It's with the journey to a smarter, happier mind is a staircase, not an elevator, and you must climb it one step daily. Silence and stillness are not empty. They are full of answers that you can only hear when you stop the noise. Do not let the frantic pace of society dictate the speed of your thoughts. Slow down to speed up your understanding. Complex problems require patience and a calm state of mind, not the brute force of frustration or the chaos of panic. When you focus on what you can control, you leave the baggage of unnecessary worry behind you on the road of life. Remember that feedback, even when delivered poorly, contains a seed of truth that can help you improve if you listen. Your goal is to build bridges of understanding with others, not walls of ego that isolate you from the world's wisdom. A clear physical space often reflects a clear mind, but a structured way of thinking is what truly creates lasting order. Take breaks to assess your progress. The big picture is often lost when you are too focused on the next step. Be like water, flexible enough to move around obstacles, yet persistent enough to carve through the hardest stone over time. When you master your emotions and focus, you enter a flow state where intelligence and creativity arise naturally and effortlessly. Surround yourself with people who challenge your thinking respectfully, for iron sharpens iron, and one smart mind sharpens another. Knowledge is potential power, but applied intelligence through these habits is the kinetic energy that actually changes your reality. Never lose your sense of wonder. The smartest people are those who remain students of life until their very last breath. Be a lighthouse for others. Use your intelligence not to dazzle them, but to help them navigate their own dark waters. Compassion is a form of high intelligence. Understanding the pain of others requires a complex level of cognitive and emotional processing. Your potential is limitless when you stop blocking yourself with ego, fear, and reactive behaviors that serve no purpose. Let us review. Stop arguing, see the big picture, control your focus, use silence, and pause before you react. Which of these areas do you struggle with the most? Identifying your weakness is the first step toward turning it into strength. Commit to practicing just one of these habits tomorrow. Perhaps try the 3-second pause before answering any question you are asked. Disconnect from digital noise occasionally to reconnect with your own thoughts. Intelligence requires space and silence to truly flourish and grow. It is never too late to rewire your brain. Neuroplasticity means you can become smarter and more emotionally intelligent at any age. Wisdom is not about age. It is about the willingness to learn, to unlearn, and to relearn constantly throughout life. Share this video with a friend who appreciates deep conversations. Growing together is always easier than trying to grow alone. As we conclude this journey, remember that information is useless without application. Take these tools and build a better life. You have the power to choose your thoughts, your reactions, and your focus. That is the ultimate definition of human freedom. Plant the seeds of these habits today. Nurture them with patience, and watch your mind thrive in ways you never imagined. Every time you choose silence over shouting, or curiosity over judgment, you are physically strengthening the neural pathways of intelligence. You are capable of incredible intellectual growth. Do not let your past habits define the brilliance of your future potential. The universe of your mind is vast and unexplored. Keep pushing the boundaries of what you think is possible for you. If you found value in this video, please like and subscribe to support us in creating more content for your mind. Thank you for watching Happy Mind Thrive. Apply these habits today and subscribe to join our community of growing, brilliant minds.